Hello everyone. It's been a long time, but I am back with another video. I will talk more about stuff, but there's not really an intro to this video. Like, we're already getting into it, so I should say what the video is. We're gonna do a flip through of my Twice binder, and then we're gonna downsize my Twice collection. The day has come. So I have my Twice binder set up in reverse chronological order, and that was because at a certain point it was like most of my earlier era stuff was done. It was all complete, and I was like, I'm so tired of flipping all the way back to put in stuff for the new eras, because that was like what I was mostly working on. It's like the new photo cards as they came out with each comeback. Now I have to flip through all of this. I was like, I'm so tired of this, so I flipped it all around. I flipped that. And yeah, so that's why we're going back in time. But you will see part of this video is me reversing the order again, so now it will go in chronological order, which I feel like it just kind of makes more sense. And I'm gonna be collecting less going forward, so yeah. So if you couldn't tell, I feel like I'm going fast, but it's still like, I think this segment is like 4 minutes long of just flipping through my Twice binder. But if you couldn't tell, up to this point I have collected Dahyun, Mina, and Chewy, because they were like my top 3 biases in Twice. And then I have some like random OT9 sets, and then sometimes, like, it pisses me off with Twice how there's like always a different number of photo cards for each album, so it's like you can't just like pick something and be consistent. So there are some eras where I did like multiple OT9 sets, and then sometimes I just had to pick like random members to fill in gaps. I know I did that with Feel Special and Formula of Love. There's like some random cards. But yeah, mostly it's just my top 3. Okay, so now we're getting to the end of this binder with these like pre-order group photo cards and some stuff. And guess what? We have another binder. This binder it started out as like my non-album stuff, and then I just started putting like random photo cards I wanted to keep in here, for like the members I don't collect, because I actually, believe it or not, did downsize a little bit in December, and I got rid of a few OT9 sets. I think that was pretty much all I did, and like some pre-order sets and stuff, and so there are a few random cards in here that I wanted to keep, but I will be doing more with that later. So now we're going to get into the downsizing portion of this video. So we're starting at the back, and I think I moved a few eras up. So yeah, we got The Story Begins Through Signal here. And yeah, so I guess I should talk about why I'm downsizing. I mean, I still really love Twice. They were kind of the group that got me into collecting. and one of the first K-pop groups I would say I stand. And I still really love them, and I love their music. Last summer I went to California to see them in concert twice, so like I love them, but I just don't really feel passionate about collecting them anymore. And I think in a second I'll close the binder and show you how big it is. It's too much, and even, to be honest, after doing all this, the binder's still too big, and it's just gluttonous at this point. But we're making progress. It doesn't even close all the way, it doesn't really close, but it's like the covers are past like being perpendicular, which is a little bit crazy. And of course you could say, we'll just get a second binder. But I just don't really want to. And I feel like the past year or so, we've been so blessed with Luna comebacks. And I am a lot more excited about those collections. And those are excessive as well. But I'm like, I don't think I can be this excessive with multiple groups. And I feel more passionately about my Luna collection, so I'm like, I think I just need to commit to that. And you will notice, you may have noticed by now, I am mostly just going to be collecting Chewy going forward. When I started collecting twice, my bias was actually Dahan. And then I think I just liked some of Mina's cards, so I got them, and then she eventually became my bias, and then so I was collecting those two, and then I was like, well, I need a third member, because twice collections where they collect 3 members just always look the best. Of course OT9 collections look the best, but I think 3 members just look so good, because they look so good in a 9 pocket, and a lot of times twice is colored borders, or they will do themes. And well, no, they don't really do themes actually. I feel like maybe more recently they do, but it's really the colored borders and the graphic design looks really nice when you have 3 in a row. So it's I wanted to collect 3 members, and I was like, I like some of Chewy's cards, and so I'll just collect her. But then she actually became my bias, so now I'm only gonna collect her. And there are a few places where I kept all 3, or I kept most of my, I think I kept all of my OT9 sets now. But yeah, you can see on the second page there's 2 rows of 3 members, because for that it's I liked the hollow cards from T.T I, and then if you don't know, Signal is my favorite Twice song. It's in my name if you haven't noticed. So I wanted to keep all 3 of those cards where they're doing the choreo pose, and it just filled out the page nicely, because obviously there's more than 3 Chewy cards that I needed to put away for Signal. So yeah, so now we're moving on to, what is this, Twice-to-gram, and then the repackage, Merry and Happy. So we're already through I don't even know what that is, 4 comebacks on 3 pages, which, God, I wish we could go back to that. Yeah, so here you can see where I have a row of members I don't collect to fill out that page. So we have a Nyan, Jiho, and Chaeyoung cards. And yeah, getting rid of that page. And if you'll notice, I'm making piles. The pile on the right are cards that I want to keep, even if they're not like going in my main collection. And then the pile on the left are cards that I'm gonna get rid of. As I'm doing this voiceover, I haven't listed any of them for sale or trade yet, but I will. I'm still like kind of, I'm not gonna go back on this now, because it's like I don't even want to put all of this away again if that's so much effort. But it's like once I get rid of these cards, then it's like real, like my Twice collection is over. But it's really not, because as you'll see, I keep so many cards still. Yeah, so now we're doing Twice-to-gram. So, and I kind of started doing this where I put like the pre-order card first, because I just like to do things like chronologically, and then putting the monograph last and the album cards in the middle. I think that makes the most sense. And now, yeah, sorry it's kind of out of frame, but I hope that's okay with all of you. I don't really know for Merry and Happy what is what. I don't know if they're pre-order cards. I think those are album cards. I know the yellow shirt one is the monograph. I'm pretty sure it says monograph on the back. Okay, fix the angle. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna go back to what's next. What is love? Also, I put the video in 1.5 speed because I feel like it's really boring. And I speed up all of the photocard videos I watched, but I feel like sometimes that's not even fast enough. So I was like, let me just do a little bit for you guys, so that when you speed this up, maybe it'll be the correct pace for you. Also, like, all of my Twice collection is in these, it's Ultra Pro, right? I think so. I bought all of these pages like when I got into collecting, and I'm pretty sure like someone told me they're like the best, which is why I bought them, or like someone linked them in their YouTube video, or I found them, I like was recommended them, and they're like fine, but they get so like cloudy, and it's really annoying. I don't know if it's really going to pick up here. And sorry I bumped the tripod, so the angle's messed up again and you can see all my bubble wrap. But I don't think I would recommend these pages because they just look dirty. And granted, I have had these for like 4 years now, 3 or 4 years. So it's like, yeah, they're bound to like not look brand new, but I just think it sucks. And it's like, now I have like some extra of these now because I downsized, but it's like I don't want to put anything else in here because they look so bad. But I also don't want to throw them away because that's so wasteful. And it's like I can't think of any way to reuse them. Whereas like some stuff, you know, like I use like kind of old dirty top loaders. I reuse like cards, whatever. Like I try to reuse stuff when I can because this whole hobby is just so wasteful. So it's like I might as well get kind of crafty and reuse stuff, but I just can't think of a way to reuse binder pages. So yeah, they're just sitting in a binder now. But yeah, we got to What is Love. This page, See, it's like annoying because I have 8 Chewy cards, and I end up putting the monograph card with this, but then it's like, because I think I have 2 OT9 sets for What Is Love, because that's how it worked out before, but it's like, now I can't get rid of either of those because I love them. So, yeah. I think, like, it's just, my Twice collection is sometimes so frustrating because it's like, you can't just be like, okay, I'm collecting these members and I have like a way that it's gonna look in my binder and it's gonna be the same every era and I'm gonna do like the same setup every era. Like, it's just so inconsistent with the number of cards. And then like, if they do like, you know, for this they have like the message card, but then it's like for some eras they don't, and some of them not have a monograph? I think like page 2 doesn't, and like the first couple eras don't, so it's like you can't account for that. Yeah, it's just frustrating. But I think I'm kind of like trying to learn to let go of that, especially with only collecting one member. You can be a little like, I'm like kind of okay with like eras spilling over onto other pages now, especially with the earlier eras, because there's like 2 cards an era. There are at least 3 for each era, I think. But yeah, that card in the top right with the pigtails, the one I just took out, that's like one of my favorite cards ever. It's so cute. Yeah, and I guess like I was talking to Oomph the other day, and she was like, I hate Twice's the color borders. And I'm like, I actually don't know how I feel about that. I think I like them though. I mean, it's fun. Like, these OT9 sets are so fun because they have their member colors. Sometimes, like, I don't know, it was just kind of fun. But I am glad they don't do it anymore, I guess. It's kind of like, I really, not to bring Luna into this, but I really have a gripe with the Artemis pre-order benefits all being Polaroid style. It really pisses me off. Partly because, you know, I am a Go manager and it's like hard to get joiners because nobody else wants them. So then it's like I keep having to like cancel my group orders and stuff. And then like I can't like help people get into video calls or like get signed albums and stuff because I can't cover all those spots to get us to like buy albums in the first place because nobody wants them. And yeah, whatever. I have so many issues with the Artemis like physical album and like how they're selling it and stuff. I mean, the songs are amazing and the era was amazing, but yeah, anyways, so it's like they're all Polaroid style pre-order benefits, and it's like I'm just so sick of it because the pictures are so cute and they'd be so cute as photo cards, but it's like they just have to make them all Polaroids and the picture is smaller, it's like lower quality. Like I hate it. But the Twice borders I honestly don't really mind, and like you can see here they have like a Polaroid style. This was one of the pre-order sets. It's cute when it's like you can mix it with other cards and stuff. Like, it's fun to have some variation, but it's like we don't even have variation now because literally most of the Artemis pre-order benefits are Polaroids, or they're like mini postcards, which nobody wants either. Also, I definitely ran out of storage when I was filming this, and so we skipped over the yes or yes part. So I'm sorry, but I did get rid of most of those cards because I really don't like the yes or yes cards. That is an era that I hate the cards. I mean, there's a few that are good, but for some reason it's like they took them all on like a super old phone in like a dungeon. Like, they're just all terrible quality and they're kind of boring. Like, they're just bad. So I think I got rid of most of those that weren't Chewies. Yeah, I also, part of the reason why I hadn't made a video in so long is because I ran out of Dragon Shield sleeves, and that's what I use for my collections. And if you don't know, they're kind of expensive. And I buy them in bulk because they're expensive and they're cheaper if you buy them in bulk. But I was like, there's just so much stuff coming out, and now it's like, I'm trying to keep up with my Luna collections, and now I am going to Texas to see the boys because I'm a The Boys fan now, and I'm going to New York to see Artemis, and so I gotta get a plane ticket, and I gotta get accommodations for that, so it's like I got all these expenses coming up, and I'm already like giving all my money to Lusamble. So basically my logic was like, I don't want to spend a chunk of money on sleeves when you never know when like the next drop is going to be for Lusamble. Yeah, so I just have put off making a video because I have no sleeves and I don't want to buy them. But now I have some because I downsized so much, and these are all in Dragon Shield sleeves. I now have some. Yeah. So now we are going to feel special. I don't think I got rid of anything for fancy. I really like all of those cards. Okay, here's another instance of me putting random members to fill out the gaps, and I only have Chewy's monograph for Feel Special so far. I need to revamp my Twice wish list because now that I'm like not strictly collecting, there are a few cards of other members that I want to get. And you'll see what my plan is kind of for my new, I'm moving, like, I don't even know like how to classify this, like it makes sense in my mind, but this is like my main collection, and then I'm gonna have some, that like small binder that I showed you earlier, I'm just gonna put like the cards that I like from members that I don't collect or that don't like really fit in the layout. Those will go there. So there are some cards that maybe like I wrote off before because they didn't fit in my collection well that I would like to get now. Yeah. So if you see anything in that pile on the left that you want and you have something on my wish list, please let me know. My Instagram is Kika Signal, and yeah, hit me up. Let's see what's going on here. Not much. I do like this. It's kind of fun to have like all the cards. Oh, I hit the camera. It's fun to have all the cards for one member on the page because then you can kind of see like, you know, she had like a little bit of a fun hair color for this era. So you can see like, wow, that looks awesome. And I feel like when you have like 3 members on a page, that kind of gets lost. So I feel like it's kind of fun that you can see, like, yay. And that worked out pretty well. Now we have Eyes Wide Open, which I don't think I got rid. Oh wait, no. Sorry. We have More and More, which I would say More and More is like maybe the second. Oh, this sounds so bad. Maybe the second worst photo cards. After, of course, Yes or Yes. There's some nice, like, those are nice when they're in the sunshine. For some reason, Chewy's inside. Those are pretty with the flowers. I am collecting the signature set for OT9, which I feel like everyone else is too, so I've struggled to complete that. Missing Junghyun and Momo, if you have those, please hit me up. But yeah, like the random, like the photo card in the middle where she's randomly, it's like a concept card and not a selfie. It's like, hello. And these unit cards, I do not miss. I think, what eras did they do this? They did it in More and More, I think, in Eyes Wide Open, where one of the random 5 photo cards you could get in your album could be a unit photo card, which is so stupid because nobody wants those. I would much rather they do like what Lucemble did this past year, where each album has 1 unit photo card. Like, but then Lucemble had to do every possible combination of 2 members. So there's like 5 billion unit photo cards you have to collect. Okay, sorry if this is really like a disjointed voiceover, but I'm now recording this like, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks after I recorded the rest of it, because I had COVID and I wasn't really that sick, but my voice sounded super weird and it was like hard for me to hear. Like, I didn't like hearing my voice when it was coming out of me, so I was like, I don't want to record it and make other people listen to it. But now I'm better, so I'm going to just finish recording this voiceover so I can finally post this video. And since I am finishing this so much later than I recorded, or I'm like recording this so much later than I recorded the rest of it, some of the stuff I said is already outdated, so I have posted most of the stuff I'm getting rid of on my Instagram, and some of it sold already or I traded it, so not everything is there, and some of it I just haven't posted yet. But if you are interested in anything that I've taken out of my binder and put in the left pile, you can go check out my Instagram, at Kika Signal, and please buy for me. And then I feel like there was one other thing I wanted to address, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, I did. Yeah, it was, I still haven't done that actually. I went through and picked out the cards I wanted for other members for their last comeback, but I haven't done it for like older eras, and I feel like there are some cards I still want, but I'll do that eventually. But anyways, let's get back into what I'm actually doing. Oh yeah, so I finished the downsizing part. So this is the most recent comeback with Youth, and I am sleeving the cards that I got in the mail recently. So I haven't like put away anything for this comeback yet until this point. I'm still missing a few cards. It's mostly like the special Nemo cards and actually like the pre-orders that are like the super cheap like sets of pre-orders. I haven't gotten those yet. Okay, so I think my my phone storage was full, so that's why the cutoff was so abrupt. And I forgot to take these Nyan Solo cards from Pop out, so I took those out, and I'm re-sleeving them, I guess. I thought I cut this part of the video out, but I guess I didn't. I have to save the dragon shield sleeves because I have other uses for them. I think I am going to need to buy new dragon shields, but I just don't want to. But I have so many like Luna cards coming in that I want to put away. But okay, so now we're going into the small binder, which will be like my cards that don't necessarily fit in like the layout of my bigger collection, but that I wanted to keep, and I'm just going in member order. So we have Nyan first, and it's mostly her solo cards. I really loved her solo cards from her first album. I love that they're all in different outfits, and she had some crazy styling, like so many cute different outfits. Loved it. I think there was only like 1 or 2 cards that I didn't keep. I had all of them at some point, but I think I got rid of a few, but I kept most of them. And I knew there was another one in there somewhere, so this is me trying to find it. And it was actually one that I was going to get rid of, but then I was like listing it for sale, and I realized that I really like it still, so I kept it. And I actually don't have any Jonghyun cards. I get so like self-conscious that I'm like pronouncing their names wrong. And I feel like since I'm thinking about it too much, I am pronouncing them wrong, so please don't make fun of me for the pronunciation. But I don't have any Jonghyun cards. I have a few Momo, and now we're already at Jihyo. There are a few cards that I wanted from her solo that I didn't get, that I have added to the wish list. That Mina Lucky Draw, I really love that card, and I was really desperate to buy it, so I bought it like a year ago from someone who there's like a mark on her face, and it didn't seem like it was that big of a deal, but then once I got it, like it was really obvious, and so I really wanted one in better condition, so I just recently found a trade for it, so that's why I replaced that card. Now I'm adding in more Mina pages because I still really love a lot of her cards, but she is a lot of this is adding Mina and Dahyun cards because those are the main members that I dropped from my main collection. And I'm sorry, I'm realizing now this is so out of frame, so I'm sorry if it makes it like not satisfying to watch, but there was just so much going on my desk. Gotta keep the bunny card. And sorry if anything is out of order. I feel like it's hard for me to keep track of what order things go in for the really early eras, because I was not collecting back then. I feel like it's much easier now because it's like I can remember when things happened because of where I was in life, you know? Because like I remember alcohol free. That was the summer after I graduated college. So I'm like, okay, I know when that was, and then I'm like, I know what came before and after that, because I was either like in college or not, you know. So yeah, and of course just stuff being more recent makes it easier to remember. But yeah, so we have a mix of album and non-album now, which that was kind of my original intent with this binder, was to keep my non-album stuff separate, because I wasn't really collecting that much Twice non-album before. It was just like random stuff that I would find for sale and buy, but I never really like had a big collection of it. There's like some Japanese trading cards and stuff that I have. Or I don't even like really know what anything is, but since they have started actually doing like store benefits for their comebacks, I have been buying a bit more for them. But here we have album stuff for Mina. What is there to say? Some stuff it's like I don't know why I really wanted to keep the card. Like for some reason I do feel kind of emotionally attached to some stuff. Like I don't know. Like some of the stuff, it took me so long to find it for trade or sale, so I'm like, I cannot get rid of this. And I don't know why, like the mirror card, I know it's just like a pre-order benefit from the sets, but and a lot of people don't like non-selfie cards. I'm kind of one of them, but that one is just like interesting to me. Like, bring back unique composition to photo cards. Like, who else would think of making a photo card that they're barely in? I know there are cards like that. There's one, Irene, I think, where it's just her shadow, which is so funny. I feel like if I was an idol, I would take like the weirdest photo cards. And often those are the ones that people actually want, because there's just so many these days. It's like, we don't want normal selfies, we want stuff that's funny or unique. Okay, so the video is already done. I hope you enjoyed, and please check out my Instagram if you're interested in anything I'm getting rid of in that pile. And I'll see you all in my next video.